Welcome. My name is Barbara Badolati, and I'm the creator of Be Well Retreats. And this retreat is Mandala Magic with Magda Petrou. And this is just a really nice retreat because it is so experiential. And so if you don't have a piece of paper, or cardstock or whatever you want to be able to create your mandala on, go ahead and make sure you have that. And then if you have pencils, pens, you at least need a black pen. And of course, we encourage you to take care of yourself. Make sure you stay hydrated, even if you don't think you need a glass of water or a sip of tea. It does your body good. And of course, if you need to move around or you even feel like that mandala wants to be expressed, it could even be your body saying, oh, can you just move a little bit? So express yourself that way too, and honor your beautiful body that allows you to have this expression in physical form. So Barbara Badolati, I have been leading retreats for 30 some years. And this online experience is really just a nice little way for us to start to take time and intention every week, or maybe it's once a month, whatever it is for you, to be able to explore these ways of transformation, to be able to move your body in gentle ways, for self-care Sundays, or maybe a yoga class, just some way that you are moving beyond what you've been doing. Perhaps maybe you already get a body work massage or something once a month. So these are just some simple ways that you can add more growth and well-being as a regular practice. And we got that experience over the pandemic to really dive into that. And I think more than ever in our future, we're going to need things like this to keep us in high vibration, to keep us connected in community, and to be able to expand into the evolution that we're all meant to do. So thank you very, very much for your dedication in being here. And thank you, Magda, for being here. Magda and I met a few years ago because Magda's this amazing artist. And so we met and we were just brainstorming on different ways that she could get her art out there because it's so incredible. So make sure you go to, and I'll put it in the chat box, but make sure you go to magdacita.com. Incredible, really three different collections of women, all these creative, oh my gosh, and so bright and colorful. And then there's another where it's more of like your family, right? Sisters and all of that. And then there's this monster, we call it the monster collection. But it's just really whimsical and colorful. And the monsters kind of express different aspects of ourselves. And Magda's going to share that as far as a gift at the end of the monster collection. So anyway, Magda, share a little bit about you, your background, you being an artist. And I just love your art, as you know. I'm always like liking it on Instagram. I'll put all that in the chat box too, so people can go look at your stuff.
Thank you so much. Well, I mean, I've been doing art ever since I was a kid, but I would say I really started to hone in on this colorful, whimsical style probably for about 5 years now. Here in Seattle, when it's cold and dark and rainy in the winter, and it's like 4:30 in the afternoon and you want to put your pajamas on already practically. I just started like pulling out all this color and playing with mainly watercolors. And I just started to develop this style. That's the Monster Collection, which is these little whimsical characters by putting watercolor down on paper. And then I started doing portraits. And it just developed as a release, really, a creative outlet for me, because I work in healthcare, and this was my creative outlet. So, working in healthcare, it's a lot of giving, which is also very good work, but I needed to receive something back for myself. And that's why I started doing art. And I have found that doing art, it's a transformation. It's a way of journaling. It's a way of expression on paper. And you don't even have to be a fantastic artist. It's just about putting anything down on that paper, images and colors, or just black and white, however you want to do it. So that was what I started, and I couldn't stop. I just kept going and I couldn't stop doing art.
Right. And so, because May is all about, the theme is meditation, Magda and I were thinking, oh my goodness, mandalas are a wonderful way to meditate and calm the mind and the nervous system, and to have maybe that expression or healing, or the receiving back, like you said, and that you don't have to be an artist. So that's kind of the theme for today, is to take this beautiful experience and allow it also to be your meditation. And so I'm going to turn it over to Magda, and she's going to get us started. And then so instead of me doing a meditation and the intention, I'm just going to turn it over to Magda so that we can start, because she's going to incorporate the intention and the meditation into the process.
Okay, so for today's mandala practice, I was thinking what we could do as a suggestion is to have our paper and to write our intention on one side of the paper. And then sit with that intention and hold it in your heart until you feel it. You feel it in your heart. And so the intention, it can be whatever you want. We all know how to set intentions now, I think. It could be an affirmation. It can be a word. It can be something for just for today. It could be something you want to receive or something you want to release. It could even be both, a release and then a receive. Because as we do this mandala, we can start the creation from the center moving out. So that it can also be a progression of releasing and then what do we want to receive. So, but I hope that it could be a very intuitive process, but also a meditative process. So after we put our affirmation intention on the back of the paper, then we'll turn it over and we'll start the mandala. Once you feel it in your heart, really feel it there, and then let it go and start drawing. That's why I said just get a white paper with a black pen to start for today. And just start from the center and just start spiraling out little lines. I have a couple of examples and I'll just show you a couple because I want you to have your own idea and not have something to follow necessarily. But so this is a black and white example of just sort of a more of a classic style using petals.
It's also off center,
and it's off center, I always think too, like, so it doesn't have to be perfect because we are human. We are not perfect. We have flaws, and there's beauty in imperfection and there's beauty in the flaws. There's all those sayings too. It's the gold in the crack, the Japanese pottery, when they have a crack, they fill it with gold, it just, there's that beauty. And if you look in nature, everything is off-centered a little bit, there's 5 petals, not 4 necessarily, or, spirals, and one is bigger than the other. So that's why I always like to show. This is one where I put the intention on the front.
Can you flip it?
And the back is empty, but this one I did put it on the front, but I would say let's put it on the back for today's practice, because I don't want to look at the words. I just want to feel the words in our heart, like feel it, and then put it down. And that way, because then when we see the end result, we'll see what came out of that. We'll see, if I say, I want to bring more joy in my life, and then I hold that in my heart, and then I flip the paper over and I start to draw without thinking about words or anything, because we want to be no mind. We don't want to be analytical. It's not mathematical or anything right now. We just want to infuse that intention in our drawing. We want to infuse it. And so let's see what comes up. That's the magic, because we want to see that.
Right. And we're going to go for like, we have 10 minutes.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll check in at about that 10-minute mark. And if you want more time, I'll say, if you want more time, raise your hand. And then I'll let a few more minutes go by and I'll ask again. So let's do that as far as the timing. And then, because that's what we would do in a room with everybody in a retreat, I would be looking and kind of checking in with everybody. The other thing is, would you all like some soft music playing? Okay, good. So I'll put some music on, and if we need to even have something even quieter, but I'll turn the music way down, but there'll be some music. And then also, as far as your quiet time to meditate and to set that intention and really feel that in your heart before you pick up the pen, we're not going to guide that either. We're going to let you guys just be on your own path with this. And so have fun. We're right here. If you need anything, put a chat box or whatever. I'm going to put everybody on mute just so that we don't have a bunch of noise, and I'll put the music on. And thank you, Magda. And I'm excited.
I think Ellie had a question.
Sure.
So is the 10 minutes to write the intention and then to outline in black some of the beginning of the mandala? Okay.
Or
Yeah.
you might get the whole mandala done,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
we'll come back and Magda can share, or we'll all share, and maybe we'll take another 5 minutes to color in, or
Right. Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, we're kind of loose on some of this because it's so interactive. It's not us just be like a webinar.
Right.
So thank you for throwing that into the mix. And this is your retreat, so we're going to be kind of guided by what you most need. And we're half an hour into the time right now, so we have to also be mindful of the time.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, have fun.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, see you in 10 minutes.
Magda, is the music okay? Okay, thank you.
Maybe up just a little smidge.
How are we all doing? Do you want another 5 minutes or so? No? Corley, we can't hear you, but you can kind of be like 5. Magda, how much time are you good?
I'm
Okay.
good.
I'm
We're
good
good.
too.
Gosh, I could just keep going.
Oh, nice.
That felt so good. It was like I was in my own little world. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're facilitating, because I don't usually let myself just completely like get mesmerized. I love this. This is the first time I've colored in, right? You know, I've done that little coloring book thing, but I've never drawn my own based on my intention. So let's
Right.
open it up and kind of see it. I'm going to pause the recording. So we are back, and hopefully you had some time to create your mandala. I'm just going to share mine. So what we did is everybody shared their mandala, and then we had these amazing conversations and revelations, and some healing happened and some ahas. And so when you feel complete with your mandala, at least for this little portion, take some time to just let it sit in front of you and see what messages come to you from that. For instance, I didn't share what my intention was when I shared this with the group, and everybody said, oh, this is dance. This is so much of how you express yourself. And I thought, that's interesting, because my intention was nurturing. And yet dance nurtures me. And I haven't been dancing. I haven't been putting on music and just letting myself dance. So if you're watching this recording, you've done this for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just letting yourself go, explore more, or maybe even if you're sharing with somebody else, you guys can, all talk about that. But yeah, there was all kinds of things from, blessing our food and water to what are we wanting to see? What's our relation to other people? How do we embrace our innocent child who's, not perfect? And just so have fun with that and really allow yourself to go deeper into what you discover. And now, Magda, I'm going to have you kind of give us a wrap up of how we can take this into our future.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what came up for me with this session is why not use this as a daily practice, a morning meditation, even like setting your intention for the day, just even for the morning, and just putting it down in a journal, and keep that journal and go back to it later on, a month later. Try it for 30 days, even give yourself a 30-day mandala challenge, where you do it every morning for 30 days and see how it progresses and changes. And, see, some might be these tight, beautiful ones. Some might be all over the page. Some you might have just put a little X through it. Who knows? Some you might have just made this beautiful masterpiece. So try it out and see what it is, because it's really our inner selves coming down onto the piece of paper. And what a great way to note that without using words.
Yeah. And what about coloring?
Absolutely. Today we did it just kind of a little bit quicker, but you could spend a whole day doing a mandala. You can spend the whole day. You could even spend 2 days doing one mandala. So, you work on it, you put it away, set it aside. You come back to it, you set it aside, or it depends on the medium you use. Because for artists out there, I mean, look at this. This is a painting, and then this is a plate I found at a thrift store. Look at that. That's a plate. And then look at the back.
Oh my gosh. That was a good find.
So I found this at the thrift store. I mean, so mandalas are everything around.
And they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, I would say is, as you're setting it out, maybe move your body and embody it,
Oh,
like I was
yeah.
talking about dance. Well, I'm not an artist, and I just so loved this experience of creating and repeating whatever I created for one, I created for the other aspects of that. And it would be fun to then maybe move and see how that shows up, maybe like you were talking about how you have this counterclockwise spiral going on in yours, Magda, and maybe your body, moves in that direction. Yeah. Again, such a different, what we wouldn't think of as being a mandala, but yes, and what we learned from that too. So yes, we want you all to keep moving forward with this, and I can't wait to color mine in.
Color it
I
in,
love
Barbara.
coloring. Yeah, exactly. So again, a great stress reliever, and it's pretty much free.
This
So,
is free therapy right there. It's just,
yep.
free therapy. Just put it out there, and, even make cards, give them as gifts, give them as birthday cards,
Yes.
handmade cards.
Speaking of which, so when I started Be Well Retreats, Magda created this card to represent our connection. And again, da-da. So the mandala, and there's so much detail. You can't even see all of it. It's so beautiful. So anyway, these note cards are available. There's these beautiful gold envelopes that go with them. And so if you are interested, let us know. We have boxes of 5. And then Magda, share with us the monster collection.
So I created a series of I call them my Magdasita monsters, and basically there's a whole bunch. There's a series of 12 different designs, and I even have a little sticker that comes in there with them. And these are my Magdasita monsters using my watercolors. And so I have these on offer, 5 for $20. Normally they're $5 each.
Yeah, so thank you. So I put that in the chat box as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather everything, including our author that showed up today. And if any other guests have anything, throw it into the chat box. I'll put all that into an email. And if you're watching the recording and you don't have this information, then just email me at bealiveandwell@gmail, or you've got our email address. So let's go ahead and close with just a little bit of introspection, breathing, meditation, if you will. I would encourage you maybe just to change position, maybe stand up a little bit, wag your tail, let your tail wag the rest of your spine and body, maybe shake your arms and hands, maybe make some faces.
Barbara, can I share one quick thing?
Monster. Sure.
Well, when I was, shared about being in this stress period of transformation, one of the things that happened that rarely happens is I really, really wanted to have somebody nurture and hold me. And today, that's what I got. Thank you.
We're all holding each other. Thank you.
Awesome, Coralie. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Thank you for sharing too, Coralie and Ellie. You guys were super.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So let's take a nice deep breath and imagine a big, big circle. One of the guests were talking about the connection with other people and relationships and being curious and coming from the heart. And so just imagine that our hearts that love is passing through from one heart to another, to another, to another, to another in this big circle. It could be a circle that envelops the whole planet, even loving our beautiful earth. It could be the circle of life. It could be the circle of connection just with the people that are here today. So take a few breaths. Drop down into your heart. Soften your face and belly. And just be in your heart center for a few breaths. And in that heart connection, knowing we are all connected and our healing heals others. Loving ourselves allows for us to love others. Our creativity and being accepting of that allows others to have freedom to express themselves. Take another nice deep breath. And as you exhale, maybe let the breath fall out of your mouth with a sigh. And from my heart to yours, thank you so, so much. Good. Keep creating. Thank you, Magda. Thank you for who you are and sharing all of this with us today. Everybody keep being yourself because the world needs all of us to be our unique expressions. And let's keep growing and transforming and elevating. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a good day or the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.